All right, all right, all right. I'll wait for a few people to get on here. Once I get some people on here, then we will get started. Doom doom ding 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 doom doom ding 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 doom ding 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 ding. Hey, do it now. Well, there was once some funky groovies. Hey, Marsha. All right, all right. So we're about to get started. You are live with the Funkadelic, with DJ B Rock, with Blackavelli himself. So let's get into it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, baby. All right, so before I get started, I mentioned that there were some things that I was going to give away. And if you want to receive those things, you just have to like the video, share the video, and comment which item you would be most interested in. And then I will select the first person to say which item they want, and they'll get it. So first up, I've got this unopened, a little bit of dust on it. It's a Smith & Wesson collectible knife. It's been sitting in storage, and I'm not really going to do anything with it. I'm not even going to open it. So if you would be interested in it, if you want to give that for a Christmas gift, like, comment, and share Smith & Wesson knife. Second, I have this ReadyMan the cards, and they have it's got a hook, it's got a snare lock, it's got a little saw, and it's got an arrow. All you need is some twine. You can go out, you can live off the land. There's 10 of these in here. So if you want it, just like, comment, and share it. Comment number 2, which is the ReadyMan cards. You can go fishing, hunting, hiking, whatever you want to do. You can get it done, baby. And third, I have this. It's in a little sheath right now. But I got this little True Utility FixR. It's a multi-tool, and it's got a bunch of little gadgets on it. You can wear it on your belt, on your pant loop if you got one, and it's got all kind of little neat tricks on it. So you want that. But if you want it, you gotta like, comment, share. Comment number 3 for the True Utility FixR multi-tool. Then also, I have this backpack. I've had this backpack about 5 years, and it was filled with a bunch of gear for work and for when I was once on the SWAT team. So it's got all kind of attachments on it, and this actually can come off, and you can wear it as a fanny pack if you want to. If you into that sort of thing, You know, I don't know if you are or not, but all these they actually all come off. It's got Molly on it, so you can add stuff to it. You can take away from it, and it's a pretty big backpack, and it's pretty deep. You can also put a steel plate or a soft plate or whatever you want inside here in the back, or you can just put a laptop in there. So that's the backpack. It is a no-name brand I bought off of Amazon for like $50. And like I said, I'm not gonna use it. I use it once outside of work purposes to go to Arizona in 2018, which I love to go back to Arizona. Hey sis, she said I want it all. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? So yeah, that's the backpack. I'm giving that away. If you're interested in that one, just like, comment, share, and say that you want the backpack. Then last, I'm actually selling this one. And this is a plate carrier with attachments. And it's got the AR magazine pouch for AR-15 or a AK-47 or whatever type of rifle you carry. You can hold 4 magazines in here, and then it's also got a dual handcuff pouch that comes on it. The police sticker is a loop and hook and loop, so it can come off. You can put something else on there. If you got something that you want to put your name on there or something, you just slap that right on there. Also, I only got 3 plates. It came with 4, but whenever I was a police officer and my duty vest, around the time that there was a lot of police ambushes and stuff, so I took this side plate. There was 2 of them, so I took one of them and put it inside my vest just for a little added security, just in case. But whenever I left the police department, I forgot to take it out. So I only got one side plate, and I got the front plate and the back plate. They are tactical scorpion gear plates. The vest, again, it's a no-name brand from Amazon. Paid about $35 for it. So I put it on Facebook Marketplace for sale with all the attachments and the plates. Everything was I was gonna list it for $250. So that's pretty much what I paid for it all. And well, the attachments were a little bit extra, but yeah, I gotta make a little bit of profit. But if I'll take the best offer. I'm not trying to get shorted or anything. I had a few people interested in it. One of them I haven't heard back from, so I don't know if she's still interested in it. But if so, she better let me know before somebody else do. Also, these side panels, they come off, so you don't have to wear the side panels with the plates on them. These plates, they're steel and they are heavy. But the side panels come off, and you can just use these little latches on it. So yeah, that is for sale. I'm not giving that away. If you're interested, my Cash App is in the description. And if you see a knife that you might be interested in, send me a message, and if I'm willing to part with it, because I love to collect knives. But my wife isn't so fond of it. So if there's a knife that you're interested in, hey Ma, if there's a knife that you're interested in, you just let me know, and I might be able to hook you up with that. So to get started with my knife collection, I'm gonna start first with this one. I've had it for damn, probably like 12 years, and I forgot I had it. But if you like butterfly knives, if that's your thing, you might be interested in this good baby right here. Ah, that might be that could be yours. You just never know. I like it. I've always been fond of butterfly knives because watching movies and stuff. But I've never taken any sort of classes or anything, so I don't know nothing about a butterfly knife other than it's flashy and I like it. But other than that, I probably like it most because of Michael Jackson's Bad video. But other than that, I don't really got much to say about it. So next up, this knife, I've had it for just a few short years. It is super sharp, and I used to carry it on duty in my lower pocket just in case somebody wanted to act a fool. I had a kid pull a knife on me one time while I was on duty, and the natural reaction, because I practice more with batons and staffs and stuff. So my first reaction was to go for my baton. Now I know a lot of other police officers that would have been like, "Oh, he's got a knife," and draw down on him. But mine was like, "Oh, you going really a knife?" So I pulled out my baton. He swung. I slapped his wrist with the baton. He dropped the knife. I was able to subdue him and take him into custody. Uh, so I've always been more of a short weapons guy, not so much guns, because I wasn't raised up around guns. But if you like this one, now the clip on it is a little broken, so that's just from wearing it constantly and it getting snagged on stuff, get snagged on a seat, or get caught up in the pants, or something like that. I've only used it a handful of times. It has drawn blood once because my son managed to get it down from, I think it was in a closet, and he used something to get it down. And he was playing with it, and he didn't open it all the way, so it shut, and it shut right on his finger. And so that one went into a box, and I had to only brought it out to carry it for work purposes because of how sharp that one is. But then the clip broke, so I stopped carrying it altogether because I wasn't trying to have a mishap myself. Next up, if you're into karambits, and I'll show you if you're not familiar with what a karambit is. This one is brand new. It's been in the wrapper for about 4 years, maybe. I've never done anything with it. It has absolutely no abrasions, no anything. But it's a karambit, and the karambit is you'll tell the difference between a karambit and any other knife because of the finger loop and because of the shape of the blade. So how you hold it, you can jab, you can punch, you can. If you're familiar with the TV show Force and Fire, I know a lot of you might be. If you're familiar with Force and Fire, this guy on there, Doug Markita, he is a huge fan of karambits, and it's all because of how you're able to hold it. You can do a lot of things. You can block with it. You can. Oh man, I love karambits, but yeah. So you can do a lot of damage with a karambit, but it is also very sharp, and you could also cut yourself with it. So number one, if you are going to be using a knife for anything other than cutting wrappers open, be careful. Even with cutting wrappers, be careful with the knife. Do not, I repeat, Do not play around with a knife unless you know what you're doing, because they're very dangerous. That being said, let's play with some knives. So, yeah, that one, I don't know. That's the first time I held it, so I don't know if that's going to come up. I'm going to have to hold on for that one for a little bit. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Moving on. Oh, man. I went to Arizona again, 2018. That's when like I got all my knives because I came into a little bit of money. A little bit. But I went to Arizona, and there's a place out in Arizona called like Knife City. I've never been there, but my in-laws took me, and man, I walked around that store for hours to the point that everybody that was excited to go there at this point was like, man, if you don't pick something and let's get the hell up out of here, we gonna leave you in the desert. So I picked something. I found this one and I walked around with it for a little bit because I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get this one. It's a K-bar stiletto. Mug is sharp. Oh, I love this knife. This knife I carried with me since 2018. I carry it with me every day on my person while I was on duty. Even if I was off duty, I carried it because it's a sharp knife. It's a To me, it's a flashy knife. It's a knife that gets attention. It's a knife that you can pretty much do anything with. You can, from opening stuff to spreading butter. You can, boy, y'all better recognize. It is a folder. It has a clip on it. This one is not for sale, but yeah. She said it looks like a dinosaur claw. It does, huh? So this one, I've had it for a few years, probably closer to going on 10 years maybe. And it is a Camelus. It's fancy because it has, like most assisted knives have a little flap on the end of it that you pull down, or it has a button that you push and it flies open. But this one, it has this little knob on it. And so you push that knob up and the knife opens. And I loved this knife when it was new. It's seen some damage. The clip has broken off, and again, I've carried this knife for a long time while it was operable. It's still operable. You could put a new clip on there, whatever, and you know, it still works. So it's different. Like I bought it because I bought it at Academy in like 2013, and I bought it because of just how it's fun. It's fun. I like it. It's dope. But that also gets to be a little tiresome, If you, especially if you just like me and you just like opening the knife just off and on, just bow, you know. It's like clicking a pen. Somebody that clicks a pen, just click, 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 click. That's me with knives. I just open the knife and I just go at it and I just bow back and forth. But this one, it starts to eat away at your finger a little bit because of the texture of that. It's very texturized. So that is a Camelus, which I would probably part with, maybe. I don't know. That's possible. I'm still on the fence about that. About this one, man. I really like this one. This one is dope. I'm gonna have to go back to it, especially since my sister said it looks like a dinosaur claw. It looks, yeah, boy, yeah, that's nice. And it's got a little design on it, so it's got like the angel of death on it. So, don't mess with me, man. I'm playing. But anyway, moving on. I gotta stop. Some of these knives I ain't seen since boxed them up in 2018. So it's like Christmas Day for me, man, you know? Oh. So if you remember back to my last knife video that I put on YouTube, I talked about a knife that I got from my best friend. He gave all the groomsmen a knife at his wedding, and it was a Winchester knife. And I said, you know, I still got another piece of that knife. Well, here it is. It's my what I call my old man knife right here, because it looks like a knife that Grandpa used to carry around. I don't remember my grandpa, but we won't talk about that. So that's that one. It's got a match somewhere in that box over there. This one right here was a Christmas present, and it's got my name on it, so nobody else can have it unless your name is Brian, in which case you don't have to fight me over. It is an assisted opening knife. It's got my name written on it. Got this from my mother-in-law for Christmas, I believe, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that, because she recognized that I love knives. Yeah. So I'm going to have to get rid of some so I can get some more, you know? You got to do that sometimes. Now for the big boys. Is that all the small ones? That's not all the small ones. Hold on. We're going to have to come back to this one. This one is nice. It's got like, I mean, it's not real bone, but it's got bone on it. But before we get there, got two other small ones. 2, 3. I got 4 other small ones. 5. I got 5 other small ones. They kind of get away from me at times. And wait till y'all see this bag I got. It's full of knife parts and broken knives and stuff. I got a problem. I'm glad I'm seeing somebody about it. Ha! This one, it's a cheapo. I don't even know where I got this one from. But it's whack. I mean, it does its job, you know, but it's whack. That one could definitely get away. My sister said she wants number 1. I saw number 1. I saw number 3. She said, she said, I want them all. Boy. I want them all. Because she, actually, you know what, she's the best person for this one right here, because she actually does a lot of fishing. So, that, you know, yeah, that might actually, she might actually be the best one for it. For sure. She be out there in the bush. I've been watching Northern Territory Below Zero or something like that, and they be out there like, yeah, we out here in the bush. I'd be like, man, you better get out the bush. Anyway, moving on. My sister's always out in the bush, and I be telling her, you better stop going out there by yourself. Anyway, so this knife right here, it's called Tailwind. I got this as a collectible package from Bud K. That's Budk, Bud K. And it's, you know, it's I like the shape of it. It's nice, it's fancy. It's all steel. And if you notice, I got a theme where like most of my blades are black. Because black blades are I don't cuss. So, you know, whatever. The butterfly knife, you know, Jerron actually saw this knife one time in my closet. And he, you know, he's one that he's like, yo, let me see that knife. And I gave it to him, and he was like, doing all this extra stuff. So Jerron, you know, I should have let him have it back then, but, you know, he would have gotten into a lot of trouble. So, yeah. Anyway, this knife, Tailwind. It's pretty sleek. It's pretty smooth. I like it. And it's got a clip on it for your belt. So that one could become a thing. Not sure yet. Probably most likely that one for sure. Now this one, it's got supposed to be a bone, but it's not really it's not really bone. But it's got a nice little button on it. You see that button right there? It's camouflage. But anyway, you push that button and bam! Look at that. You see that? You see it happened too fast. It happened too fast. Y'all didn't see it. Y'all didn't see it. See, watch that button right there. You see that button right there? That little off-colored one right there. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. I gotta get a grip on it. Boom! Boom! You see it? And then you also push that button to close it too. Push that button right there and it closes. Boom! It's beautiful. Love it. But it doesn't have a clip. Doesn't come with the clip. So this is a strictly in your pocket knife. Okay? Y'all let me know if y'all want that one. Boom! I might give that one away for sure. For sure, for sure. This one right here. This one right here. I would definitely give this one away. For Sugar Dizzle. Again, it's another black blade. Freaking incredibly sharp. It looks like a dinosaur claw too. But I like it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like this knife. But I ain't gonna ever carry this knife. Like this would literally be a knife that I would set up in, like a little case or something, and just, you come in and be like, oh yeah, look at all my knives. Look at that one right there. It's got a skull on it, yeah. And that's it. I'm not gonna carry this knife. Number one, if I carried this knife, if I seen anybody carry a knife like this, I would be like, yo, get away from me. I might have to actually pull out my gun on this one. Because you ain't stabbing with this one. You strictly cutting. This might be somebody that does hunting. Needs something to skin a deer or wildebeest. I don't know. Then this one, I got this one in like a 3-pack, but the other 2 knives broke. So this one might not be any good either. It's a little bitty baby. It's got the belt clip on it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a Sheffield. We only mess with the McCoys. Now. Now, let's get into the big boys. I got 2. I think I've already gone through the bigger ones that the last time. I might have to re-show those again, but, for right now, these are the big boys that I got right here. This is number 1. It's called a Ridge Runner. And it's got, supposed to be the bone design. But that ain't bone. Nah. Bud Kane about to give away some bone. But look at that baby. Look at that sucker there. Ooh. And it's fairly heavy. For the size of it, you would think it would be heavier. But, again, I've never done anything with this knife. Never carried it because one, I don't carry a knife on my belt. I barely wear a belt, so I'm not gonna carry a knife, especially a knife that is as big as my face. You know what I'm saying? That knife is. Look at here. So, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Again, I collect knives, so I have a bunch of knives that normally I would not carry. That I'm just not getting rid of that because it's my knife and I like it. So, yeah. This other knife, I didn't carry it on my person, but I did carry it in a bag. while I was on duty, just in case. You never know. You know, you might run up on a wild dog of the pit bull nature. I don't know. I actually like pit bulls, so don't be all on here like, oh my god, I can't believe Brian said he don't like pit bulls. Yeah, no, I like pit bulls. I'm just saying, you know, if a dog attacks, a dog is gonna get stabbed. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But that, you know, it's a little bit smaller than the last one I showed you. Still got that same bone theme. You know what I'm saying? But got a nice little recurve on it. For that mother, that's good. Oh no, the baby's awake. She must have heard me screaming. Now she wants in. Listen, listen, listen. Shh, shh, listen. She'll say, I want in. I told you. We go through this almost 3 times a day. I be here trying to make a video and she be like, I want in. But she just woke up. So this one also comes with a sharpening stone. So, you know, you should, you know, but you gotta know what you're doing though, you know what I'm saying? For real, for real. That one, I could definitely part with that one. So, you know, maybe for the right price. I'm just being dramatic, y'all. Anyway, so that's all the knives for right now. But I did want to show you this bag of knives. This bag of knives and knife parts that I've had for better, some of them 20 years. Yes, ma'am. First, I'm gonna start off by just showing you what's in the bag. I don't know what that is, so don't need to be in there. But this is, you know, kind of what's in the bag. So, for some reason, because I ain't never been, I've been to the water one time, to the ocean one time. I did not get in. But I did make sure that I had my trusty fishing fillet knife. I actually got this a couple of years after I went to California. But I don't know why I got a freaking diver's knife. I ain't diving. I can't even swim. Maybe that's why I got it. If I go down, just go ahead and let's end it. You know what I'm saying? Because, number one, if I'm in the ocean, I'm there not by my choice. So I'm going to have my diver's knife. So I think my sister needs that one right there. If she be going fishing, she might fall in the water. Then, if she don't fall in the water, you know, I ain't never asked her, can you swim? She probably left already. She said, yep, she can swim. So I got this little utility knife. Comes with some blades. Blades come out pretty easily too. You know, like I wish that I had remembered I had this because I went and bought a utility knife so I could cut some sheetrock. Probably because I didn't have time. Like I wasn't trying to go look through the shed and everything to try to find some stuff. But you know, it's got the belt clip on it too. You know, everything like there. This knife was given to me. Yeah, I got a lot of knives given to me because I have some really good friends, and they're like, "Yo, I had this knife, and I remembered that you like knives, so here you go." And so I don't have any friends that actually sound like that. Just You know, you think she can swim? I hope she can swim. She'd be one out there on the water. Man, she better. If she don't, we gonna go to the swimming pool and I'm gonna throw her in. I'm gonna say, almost lost you today. That's my best Kevin Hart. I can't do nothing better than that. Anyway, so this is a cold steel. This belonged to a man in the army. No, he was in the Marines. My bad. He was in the Marines, and this was his knife. And actually, his son gave me this knife. Hey, I do too. I don't go any further than 4 feet. If it's up to here, I'm too deep. I can't go any further than that. So yeah, this knife right here, like I said, it belonged to a man in the military. He was in the Marines. After he retired from the Marines, he did join the Oklahoma National Guard, and he deployed to Afghanistan and got injured. And his son gave me this knife. So it's pretty cool. It's like the Camelus knife that had the little thing on the side that you raise it up and everything. But this one, if you can see that little safety looking thing right there, it's on both sides. And you raise that up and you can lower it. But that's also how it locks it into place. It lowers it. And also if it's like halfway, whew, that was scary. If it's halfway, it kind of locks because that's not pulled all the way down. So, like you really gotta be messing with it. But if you pull that all the way down, it closes. It's not a very sharp knife as of now because it's been used and it has not been sharpened. And so, yeah, that's what it is. Let's see. This knife is another knife that was given to me. I don't know why that's all sticky. I'm gonna have to find somebody that salvages knives because nope, not today, Satan. This knife was given to me without the sheath because it was actually given to me because I had a friend who was thinking of self-harm and he was going to use this knife. And he called me and invited me to his house as like basically he was going to say goodbye. I talked to him and he asked me to take his knife. And I'm happy to say my friend is still alive and kicking, and he's got guns, and he's married, he's got kids, he's doing good. That's what I'm trying to say. I didn't do it. God gave him the annotation to call and say, "Hey, come get my knife." All right. Now I wasn't always the best with knives either. This knife I've had since 1900. Yes, kids, that does make me ancient, so don't mess with me. Since 1998, and it is broken. You see that? I mean, it still works. It just ain't got no clothes on. It's just naked and afraid. So, but yeah, it still works. I still got it. The tip is broken on it. I still got it. Huh. It's just like some of the old folk. The tip is broke, but they still work. This knife right here. Now, this is why I say it's my salvage bag, because some of the knives they ain't working properly. This one, it I don't think there's really anything wrong with it, other than it's just oddly shaped and it's just not necessarily my cup of tea. But you know, It works. It is what it is. Again, number one, you got to be safe. You got to have safe knife etiquette. You got to know what you're doing with a knife before you handle it. You can't just pick up a knife. It's like a gun. Anytime you pick up a gun, you got to make sure that it's unloaded before you handle it. So, same thing with a knife. Always treat a knife as you're dealing with the sharpest edge, and you'll be okay. You might not, you might get some nicks and cuts here and there, but you just gotta be careful. Never play around with a knife unless you really know what you're doing, because then it's not playing. You're actually teaching, and whatever. There's a lot of people that know what they're doing with a gun, but still end up accidentally. You know what I'm saying? So this knife it's the tip is broken on it. It needs to be melted down and turned into something better. This is one of the other knives. If you recall, I said I bought this one in like a 3 or 4 pack, whatever, which had these two. What else did I have? I think that was it. Yeah. So it was these 3 knives came in a 3 pack. This one here is broken. It's like some of us at most times we just barely hanging on. But I mean, it still works. But the clip is broken. It just needs to be taken off or get a new screw and put it in there. But this one, same thing. They're cheaply made. So when you buy a knife set of 3 and it costs like $10. I think I just bought it because I was out somewhere and I needed a knife real quick, and I was like, yo, in case that one break, maybe I need another one. So I bought a 3 pack just because it was a better deal. Hey, it's true though. Just like most of us, it's true. This one, again, I couldn't tell you where I got it from. I believe it's a Winchester. Yep, it's a Winchester. If you can see that, I don't know if you can, but the light's kind of bright and it's really shiny. So, yeah, it's a Winchester. I don't know where I got it from at all. I don't know. I've taken a lot of knives off of people that trying to cause harm to themselves, and this might be one of them. I don't know. I don't know. Got another safety utility knife. This one has a little button on it right here that you push, and it raises the blade up. Doesn't have a blade in it at the moment, but then you have this little thing at the top that you can pull that back, and you can insert a blade right in there. So it also locks it into place right up there, and it locks it down here so that you don't have an accidental loss of a finger. Let's see what else we got here. I think I'm gonna save that one for last right there. I already show you this one. Yep, tip broken on that one right there. Next up, we've got another Sheffield. Another Sheffield. And this one, nah, I haven't come across a Sheffield that I'm really fond of, I guess. I just bought it because it was practical at the time. And then I got like 4 more knives. 4 more knives. Can you hang on there for 4 more knives? All right, this one right here has got a pretty little coyote or wolf or whatever it is. It's not an actual dog. I mean, it's a canine. But you know, I think they're wolves. But that snout kind of looks like a coyote. I don't know. Again, it's a little rusted, so it made it into the salvage pile. Another animal themed. This one has some ram on it. Is it ram or Rams? Ramses. Ha! There we go. Yeah, it's got Ramses on it. There's 3 Ramses on it. Right there. Yep. And the way that and it's got, you know, the pretty head dressing on it right there. Boom. Boom. It's nice and shiny. Yeah. It's like that crab from Moana. It's so shiny. This knife, it was my favorite until that happened. Out of the smaller knives, because this mug is sharp. It is a Gerber. Look at that point on it, boy. Oh man, that baby is nice. That baby right there is nice. Rams. I like mine is Ramses. I'm gonna start telling everybody. Hey, did you see the Ramses play the other night? Ramses, yes, Lord. They got destroyed, Lord. You know, or you know if they won, whatever. Yeah. So this one, it was my favorite until I broke the clip on it, and then that was that. Last knife. This is the last knife. I bought this one at the Cheese Festival, and it had to be like 2001, 2002, maybe. It was a long time ago. Let's just put it like that. Woo! That's why it's in there. It's supposed to lock whenever you push the button, right? So it's got this little lever on it. You pull that down, it locks into place. I'm sure you heard the click. And then it's got this button on it right here. And you know, it's supposed to lock in place like that, but you know, the spring is a little loose, and that's that. But otherwise, I mean, it's still a pretty decent knife. It needs to be sharpened. It's got a blade on a sharper edge on both sides of it. So yeah, I'd definitely give this one away too. You know, it just needs to be fixed if you know somebody that can fix it. Like I said in my last video, I've given away some knives to not giving away, but I gave them to someone to have them fix them, and I never got them back. And some of them were really nice knives too. That I was like, man, you know, I just need this one sharpened, or you know, I need, you know, like this one needs to be tightened or whatever. I never got them knives back. The bad thing is it was a preacher that I gave it to. But, you know, I ain't mad about it. I got plenty more. It's just an object, you know. No big deal. You can get more. A life, you can't. So that's that. That's my knife collection. If you want to see the other knives, you have to go to my YouTube channel and look up Brian's Knife Collection, and you'll see all the other knives, or maybe I'll do another live and show you those knives again. Thank you for joining me and looking at my knife collection and my backpack and my plate carrier, and listen to my daughter beg to come into the room. So hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm gonna go through here and see who wants what, and that's that. I'm Brian, part of the Black and Belly Show. Oh, yes, that's what I was gonna say. Hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. If y'all would please, the Jesus, who is another member of the Black and Belly Show, he lost his fur baby this morning, so I would love it if you could just keep him in your prayers because he was really, it's like a child, and when you lose a child, it's very painful. When you lose anybody, it's very hurtful, and so I would ask that y'all would keep him in your prayers, and yeah. Also, I want to pray for Isaac. He had a very, I don't even know. I watched that kid grow up, and just to hear that he's, you know, in the condition that he's in, and the reason why he's in that condition it hurts my heart. So I want to lift up his family, and ask that you keep his family and him in your prayers. He's still he's still hanging in there as of right now, from what I've been told. So yeah. So Isaac, we're praying for you. I'm Brian. There's a Black Belly Show. Love, peace, chicken grease. Holla at your boy. Thank you for watching.